welcome back once again to PRI. That's Prep Recruiting Insider from NOLA Motorsports Park in Avondale. I'm Jude Young, along with our analyst Renee Nadeau, and we're joined by another pair of Blue Jays, a pair of bookend tackles, if you will. On the right, Cameron Maheu. On the left, Corey Dublin. Two juniors with bright futures ahead. Guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Both of you guys about the same size, about 6'4", 285, give or take a pound or so?
Yes, sir.
Pretty good size. You got another year to go. I'm going to start with you, Corey. I know your family pretty well. I know Grandpa's watching right now. Your grandfather and your uncle both played pro football. First of all, how is that, I don't want to say pressure, but how does that help you maybe be a better player? They both grade you kind of hard?
Yeah, it helps me a lot because they both watch me. They watch me play and they tell me what I can do better. So it helps me a lot.
I know your grandpa coached me, so I know how he is. Cameron, you're a weight room guy.
Yes, sir.
How does that help you? Obvious, answer, but how does that help you maybe to do a little extra work in the weight room and make you a better player?
Well, whenever I'm not worrying about football or finish academics, I'm always trying to get in the weight room to get bigger and stronger and quicker.
You got some pretty good numbers in there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Corey, first of all, looking back at this past season and playing varsity level, Class 5A, Catholic League, tough non-conference schedule or non-district schedule as well, you faced some outstanding talent on the defensive front. Think about those experiences and tell me how well you think you did in those matchups.
I think there were some very good defensive ends in the league this year, especially in the Catholic League. There always is. I thought I handled myself pretty well. I didn't give up that many sacks. I did pretty good run block, and I thought overall I did a pretty good job.
And Cameron, same question to you. Your thoughts after a full season and a lot of challenges on the other side of the line of scrimmages. What did you learn and how well do you think you did?
Well, there's always great competition in the Catholic League. We always practice against Catholic League defensive ends throughout practice, so we're used to it when we're coming through the week preparing. And then I think I did all right for going against them all.
Corey, you started as a true freshman, which is pretty unique. At right tackle, you moved over to left tackle now. You're starting to get a few letters and things. What's some of the schools that have contacted you thus far?
I mean, I've gotten a lot of letters from schools all around. I've gotten some letters from Tulane, Mizzou, SMU, Arizona, schools like that. I really haven't started thinking about it that much yet.
Now, you're going to go through signing day, or you want to kind of get it over with early before senior year?
I don't know. I kind of really don't think about it that much. I just wanted to focus on the game, so I'd probably say I would try and do it after the game. Okay,
so after your senior year is completed. Cameron, same question. You're getting some contacts right now. Who's some of the schools that contacted you?
I've been getting a lot of letters from Tulane. I've heard from Nichols when I was at the offensive defensive lineman camp, and then Southeastern.
Again, do you want to get it over with during the summer, or do you want to wait till after senior year at this time next year?
I'm going to wait after senior year.
Okay.
Decision.
For both of you, looking at the academic side of that next stage of your career as students on the college level versus the right program, football-wise, that works for you. Corey, first, have you given that much thought into that next stage, or is there so much left to do at Jesuit that you're really putting that on the back burner, at least for a little while?
I've started thinking about it a little bit, but it's really on the back burner. I mean, it's very important to find a program that's got great academics and that also has a great program, so I try to find one that has both of them balanced.
And Cameron, for you, the same concept of just how far ahead are you looking versus what's left to do at Jesuit?
I'm not looking that far. I'm just focusing on Jesuit football right now.
Corey, you wrestle in a 285 class, and you kind of like that. How does that help you be a better football player?
Well, I think playing two sports is good just so you don't burn out in one. And then wrestling, it helps you tremendously with your footwork, especially for me playing O-line. It helps you stay flexible and agile. That way it helps your footwork a lot and I can move around better.
Cameron, you come up the ball real well, you run well, maintain your balance and things. How much of that is God-given, natural, and how much of that you've kind of worked on, a little extra work?
I wouldn't say that much is God-given. I've worked a lot over the last probably 5 years about it, just to prepare for football.
And I know Coach Sanji's background as offensive lineman. I know he's a head coach, but he kind of keeps an eye on his favorite spot there. You guys are graded pretty hard as offensive linemen, I would think, Cameron, correct?
Yes, sir. He's always on us about everything, every little detail.
I know how he is.
Guys, I'm going to challenge you because let's say that the coach gives you the pen to write your scouting report. What kind of player you are? Are you a technician? Are you a mauler? Corey, how would you describe your game as an offensive lineman right now?
I'd say I'm a technician, but I like to maul. I like to stay on the blocks and finish the play all the way through. Just keep your feet running. I always keep my feet running.
That's a pretty good answer because it's a little bit of both, right?
Yes.
You're saying you're a complete lineman. Cameron, same question, same thought process. Are you more of a strength guy, or are you more of the ability to move as far as your ability to be successful up front?
I would say more the ability to move with my technique. I'm always working on my technique to get better.
Coming through the Catholic League, two guys that come to mind came out of Jesuit, pretty successful. Bob Wynn, who went to LSU, and Corey Hilliard, who basically was just retired from the NFL just a year or so ago. Playing against competition that you face week in and week out, the Brother Martins, the St. Augs, the Holy Crosses. Corey, start with you. How does it make you better?
Well, you always want to compete at the highest level possible, and I think the Catholic League is that highest league. There's always tremendous players in there. And the whole O-line, we play against the best D-lines that they have, and it helps us a lot. It gets us better and gets us to function as one.
Cameron, same thing, because a lot of guys you face week in and week out, a lot of those guys we're seeing now on the recruiting charts. So every weekend there's not going to be a week off. How tough is that to get ready for that each week?
Well, if you have it every week, it's not going to be a different type of prepare because you know what's going to be happening. It's the same thing for every week.
One more year to go, one more opportunity to build. You saw a state championship season as sophomores this year, falling off a bit record-wise from, I'm sure, where you want to be. Clearly, you hope to be two that lead the front and lead the opportunity for a big bounce-back season as you go into your senior years. Just thoughts on that, Corey?
I think it's going to be a big bounce-back year for us. We have a lot of returning starters, especially up on the O-line, and we have some kids that are ready to step in on the positions that we're missing this year. I think it's going to be a lot better year this year.
Cameron, how excited are you about the idea of going out on a high note as a senior?
I'm really excited about it. I'm really confident in our team for next year.
Thank you so much, Corey and Cameron, for joining us. Two outstanding linemen who will be watching, and the recruiters will be watching too, I'm sure, going into your senior seasons in 2016. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Prep Recruiting Insider continues in a moment from NOLA Motorsports Park in Avondale, on location as always, speeding ahead on PRI in just a moment.